Hello and welcome back to some more of Dwarf Fortress 2014 with me, the Green Dragon. So, I have good news. We have actually moved on to a new version of the starter pack, namely the 40.19 Release 2 starter pack, and the Dwarf Therapist actually shows us the stress levels of people. And not only that, but since it's past the 40.17 version of Dwarf Fortress, we actually are in a very good position due to the fact that now people should distress as intended, namely a lot more easily than they were distressing, which is great. Unfortunately, it does look like we still have cave adaptation despite our bestest efforts, which is unfortunate, but oh well, what can we do? Still we're in a good position and everything should go great at this point. People are happily smoothing everything out, and you know, all the work we did to make people happy before should now allow them to de-stress extremely well, you know? Except that Mad Dog has slipped into depression, but you know, maybe they'll get better. Maybe they'll actually get better this time. There's some mining that needs to be done there, but of course that's perfectly fine. Yes, this should not be much. This should be good. This should be very good. So this is a wood stockpile, of which we don't have a lot actually. Happily making electrum. We really don't have a lot of wood at all. But you are cutting trees down here, right? Okay, so that's okay. And then we have our gear assembly, well, our whole assembly thing. That being the case, I would order some more of these placed, just because we know that we are not gonna have enough with these windmills due to the extreme altitude or you know, height to which we'll have to pump the magma from where it's at, because obviously we want it near the surface, but it will take effort, lots of it in fact, and we apparently don't have the kind of wood that is necessary to continue this project extremely well. Oh well, that will just have to do. Okay, what is your problem? Okay. Okay. Okay, she laughs in a distinct fashion when she's exasperated. She needs alcohol to get through the working day. She is getting used to tragedy. Well, that's good. That's good. You're getting used to things. That's great. What about you? Are you getting used to tragedy? Yep, they're all getting used to tragedy. Isn't that wonderful? They're slowly growing cold inside. Why is it that just makes me feel so fuzzy inside? Human caravan. Where? Somewhere here? Human caravan here. Oh crap, is this bugged again? The zoom to thing is bugged again. Or is it? Yeah, it is. Crap! I was just getting used to that working properly. Oh, come. That is so crappy. Also, there are trees here. So yes, we closed off that to prevent as much crap from entering the map, and I am proud of that. But now we will pull the lever and make good things happen here, because we need to move some clothing over there in order to sell it. So that is relatively simple. We're not even gonna do much, we're just gonna work the clothing, and you're not even doing much of anything except collecting sand, as should you be, actually. Cancel that, yes. Well, rock cabinets, yes, that should be produced. And these are happily getting worked over. What the frack is that? Dwarf nail roast? Okay. And then there are random breastplates and the like here, which are of complete and utter uselessness. Our squads are both at full strength, so I can just order all of these melted. Okay. And that should be good. Right? Some more gems, obviously. That's, again, quite wonderful. Is there anything I want to go after? Actually, stocks. Because we know that we have very few rough gems left. We've worked through most of them. Not that that is necessarily such a big problem. I also appear to be low on wood. Right. But I do believe they are cutting more stuff down in the caverns, and I did order that slope pretty thoroughly butchered there, so... See, that's the problem with our industry. We have more or less everything, but considering the fact that we have to use wood in order to fuel the furnaces, we have a certain amount of limited resources, situation going on. And you know... Okay, there is this. Why don't we just make some raw crystal glass from whatever raw crystals we might have? If we have any raw crystals, that is. Do we have any raw crystal glass now? Raw crystals, we have 30, yes, so that means we should turn all these into crystal glass for the value of it all. If nothing else. If nothing else. We could make some gem windows here, actually. Or would that be too much? Oh, incidentally, this will need to be smoothed out. This will obviously need to be smoothed out when the opportunity presents itself. And you are what, heading up there already? Well, alright, I suppose that's okay. And this is the clothing stockpile, but the auto trade is on, in theory. Except that they're not moving it. Maybe they will be now. Merchants have officially arrived. Yeah, we are very busy currently because the people are actually moving all those statues in place. So there is that. Which is of course pretty damn awesome in its own little way. You know what occurred to me? If I'm making raw crystal glass, actually, the people will be moving around the gem bins and that will cause trouble. Let's just make sure that we're not currently cutting any of that. No, doesn't look like it. Doesn't look like it. Okay, good. That's good then. You're seeing a lot of vomit around. That is not exactly great. It means that some of the people, at least, that are moving around are actually puking their guts out when they go outside because they haven't spent enough time in here. Although we do work people below ground a lot, and if they don't have time to be idle, then they don't have time to uncave adapt, so that leads to trouble. Obviously these need to be dumped because clothing in the thingy. Okay. Bamble. Bamble, Bamble, Bamble. Let's take a look at Yay Bamble. Where are you? Bamble. Here you are. 450k. Let's see if that has gone down at all. 450. Nope, that has gone up actually. Well, that's not good. That's not good at all. And then we have troglodytes here, dying horribly because they're trying to find their way into things. The humans actually came with random crap. Oh, there's chimps here. Oh, that's cute. Wait. So I assume that you will bring stuff outside to trade with, right? Yes, you are. Okay, that's good. Also, how are we on the actual stockpile of these? For the most part they're placed. Okay, that's good then. That's very good indeed. Well done, dwarves, well done. Okay, I think we are mostly smooth, except for this corner, which for some reason hasn't been. But it's accessible, right? I mean, surely it's accessible. Why? Yeah, it doesn't put it at the center of the screen, does it? Because fuck me, right? Okay, gold statue. Why doesn't someone finish it, say? Yeah, there are a few more that need to be placed, but it's almost done. It's like half a dozen left, really. Let me guess, creature occupying site, because fuck me, right? Okay, and we are literally out of logs. Well, that's hardly good. Actually, let's look at this. Let's see. Do we have any axes? Yeah, unforbid all of those. Maybe some of those are actually human weapons. In which case, whoops, but... yeah, but that's the thing. I'm not sure if we have any axes, actually. It should make for a crappy time. And that's copper picks, which is great and all, but why don't we make some copper battle axes and consider actually assigning some more woodcutters, because we may well need them. And I'm really curious to see if Bamble there can actually de-stress. Okay. Within the last week he felt shaken after suffering major injury. Pleasure seeing their own fine bed, pleasure seeing a fine door, awe seeing their own completely sublime statue, pleasure seeing their own chest. So, okay. So our stress levels have over the long term gone pretty far up, right? So that means that we'll face a long recovery. Even though the dwarves can recover now, it's still gonna take them time to do that. So that is something we need to take into account. This is not gonna be solved in a day, I guess. And some of them may not be able to de-stress at all. As for here, let's just start by taking what we can. I guess we can take these. No reason why not. And you come with lots of raw glass. We do like gems, and raw glass of all kinds is a good practice gem. However you cut it. And we are gonna cut them, in fact. So that's the thing. I think we might take their food and stuff, because let's face it, we need to get rid of some of our stuff. So just no, they do have a few battle axes, which is good. Always nice to have a few spares, right? And then we have a lot of cheese. Cheese is expensive and something we do not in the slightest produce on our own. So that's a thing, clearly. So that's good. I don't think they actually have... Well, they might further up have some other things, yeah. And then there's some just random plants. Yeah, it's been a while since we last bought a set of food items, like a really big set of supplies. So, you know what, let's buy a few and cook them up. Not that we are in any danger of starvation or any such thing. It's just that it would make... Why not give the dwarves some fresh food, you know? And it does give us the ability to sell a lot of this old clothing. In fact, I'll sell all of it to them, which will probably mean that it's just a question of deciding what we actually want to grab off of them, right? So that's a thing, clearly. So, that's an interesting feature actually, that dwarves who have been injured badly will have trouble coping, which is very, very cool in a way. Now, won't be actually taking the anvils because we have absolutely no need of them. I mean, really, what would we get? But, we might take something like a few whips or something. Dog meat, eh? That's awesome. And we have a bit of cloth. Not that we don't have a good supply, but if I sell all of my clothing, I will need to make a bit more. So, Shift Enter. Okay, so that gives you... Oh, it's apparently not that much. Maybe they didn't bring everything out yet or something. I actually don't know. But, you know, it should be fine, really. It should be fine. So that should remove some of the trash from our map. Dwarf suspend construction of that, but we unsuspend it, so it's now built. Does that make it everything? Looks like it does. Okay. Clearly this needs to be dug out. Then, assuming that everything is smooth, we further need to do this level. Well, not everything is smooth, but they are happily working on it, and they should keep themselves busy. We'll be doing more engraving as well, to make them super happy. So that's a thing. Okay. How are you? Maybe I give up too early sometimes. Okay. Didn't feel anything. He doesn't really care about anything anymore. Aww. Poor bastard. And we are resuming the making of bins for whatever reason. Interesting. Most interesting. We still have some beds, which is like, I suppose we can keep a supply. There's really no reason why not to. No, of course, there's no particular benefit to it either. And this is gonna be an ore stockpile. Everyone is still busy carrying that stuff right now, right? So, that is hardly... Nope. Nope. Machines, yes. Horizontal axles, as they are called in dwarf speak. Horizontal, change direction. Yes. Yes. No, horizontal, change direction, like so. And yeah, keep working on the grand gear assembly. There's more slopes here, which we have already ordered cut. Actually, something I should take a look at is, do we have any spare manpower? We do, sort of, and we put some of them on carpentry. Well, that being the case, why don't we do it like this? We won't really need any skilled carpentry, but we'll need crappy carpentry. So why don't we order them to do that? And that will ensure that wood does get cut at a decent rate when we need it cut, which is pretty much always. And then there are these random clothes pieces, which are of course something to be gotten rid of. Okay, clean map, clean units. There. Remove some contaminants. Happy carry times, right. And we need to cook all this up into lavish meals, because right now we actually have a supply of stuffs. Strangely enough. A lot of stuffs, in fact. Okay. What if we ordered all of this dumped, right, and then we started looking at ways to deconstruct some of that and replace it with gold tables, when the situation allows, of course. Of course. Okay. Yes, DBC claim. Because there are things that are in fact unclaimed. Okay, so we're running out of different gems to cut, which is, suppose, okay. Unless, of course, we are not actually out of them and we are in fact just being weird. Okay, great, and these are all forbidden by default. The frack? Why would that be the case?
More dwarves have arrived!
Okay, we have migrants. So that's there. Okay, let's take a look at what we get. That's 3 people. Okay. Certainly enough to have more woodcutters, if nothing else. A diagnostician. Don't really need one, but okay. Now we'll check later once they're on the actual map. They did arrive like at the top of the mountain. I wonder. Milkwort says, yeah, I could dig around in this mountain a lot. Not that I feel any particular need to do that. But I could. Then again, what would I gain? There really is no real need for that. Of course, all the humans on the map and the carrying is slowing things down a smidgen. That is an unfortunate happening. Oh well, nothing much I can do about that. So, are you still stressing the frack out? Are you in fact gonna just die horribly? No, it has gone down. So, that's okay. Sort of. They are getting better. Well, they can get better. Depends. I don't know, we'll have to take a look at it over a more extended period, I suppose. You couldn't possibly put these in a cabinet, could you? Could you? Oh well. And they are still moving things around. Okay, so that's actually more stuff. Let's mark all of these for trade, and yeah, there's nothing really valuable here. Why don't we just trade it away for whatever? Find something relatively expensive that might, in theory, be useful at least. Something, anything really. Like this. Oh, I don't know, iron pick, sure. Or milk. We'll get some milk. And not beer, but milk, yes. Because that can be cooked with stuff, right? Trade. There we go. And we're gonna cut the episode here.